What if a single aircraft could rack up over 1,000 kills, forcing superpowers to scramble and innovate or face total aerial domination? Strap in as we count down the most lethal fighter jets in history that turned the skies into battlegrounds and changed the course of wars. Hey there, aviation enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the mightiest machines of military history without showing a single face. Just pure, adrenaline-pumping facts and stories. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of warfare tech. Today we're talking about the top 10 deadliest fighter jets in history, ranked by their confirmed or claimed air-to-air kills. These aren't just planes. They're game changers that pushed engineering limits, altered tactics, and left indelible marks on global conflicts. We'll count down from number 10 to number 1, exploring each jet's background, what made it so lethal, the stories behind its kills, and how it forever transformed warfare. Buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride through the skies. Starting our countdown at number 10, the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-17. This Soviet-built fighter, an upgraded version of the MiG-15, first took to the skies in 1952 and became a symbol of Cold War aerial prowess. What is it exactly? Well, the MiG-17 was a subsonic jet with swept wings, powered by a Klimov VK-1F afterburning turbojet engine that could push it to speeds around 715 mm/h. It was armed with a mix of 37mm and 23mm cannons, and later variants could carry air-to-air missiles like the K-5. Its design emphasized agility and simplicity, making it easy to produce and maintain, which was key for Soviet allies. Why was it so deadly? The MiG-17 racked up at least 67 air-to-air kills, mostly in the Vietnam War, where North Vietnamese pilots used its tight turning radius to outmaneuver heavier American jets like the F-4 Phantom in close-range dogfights. There are stories of MiG-17s ambushing U.S. bombers, popping up from low altitudes to unleash cannon fire before vanishing into the jungle haze. One famous incident involved Colonel Toon, a legendary North Vietnamese ace, though some say he was a myth, who supposedly downed multiple U.S. planes in his MiG-17. But beyond the kills, its deadliness came from its resilience. It could take hits and keep flying, thanks to its rugged construction. How did it change warfare forever? The MiG-17 proved that affordable, exportable jets could level the playing field for developing nations against superpowers. In conflicts like the Vietnam War and various Middle Eastern skirmishes, it forced the U.S. to rethink air superiority tactics, leading to the development of better training programs like Top Gun and advanced missiles. It democratized jet warfare, showing that quantity and clever tactics could challenge quality, influencing asymmetric warfare strategies that we still see today in drone and guerrilla air ops. Imagine a world where every small country could afford a fleet of these. That's the shift it sparked, making air power accessible and forcing global militaries to invest in countermeasures like electronic warfare suites. Moving on to number 9, the General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon, often called the Viper by its pilots. Introduced in 1978, this American multi-role fighter was designed as a lightweight, cost-effective counterpart to heavier jets like the F-15. What sets it apart? It's got a single Pratt & Whitney F-100 turbofan engine cranking out up to 29,000 pounds of thrust, allowing speeds over Mach 2 and incredible maneuverability thanks to its fly-by-wire system. The first production jet to use this tech, which lets computers assist in flight control for superhuman precision. Armament-wise, it's a Swiss Army knife. AIM-9 Sidewinders and AIM-120 AMRAAMs for air-to-air, plus guns, bombs, and more for ground strikes. Why deadly? With around 76 confirmed air-to-air kills, mostly by Israeli and Pakistani pilots, the F-16 shone in operations like the 1982 Lebanon War, where Israeli F-16s decimated Syrian MiGs in the Bekaa Valley, achieving a lopsided kill ratio. Picture this. In one day, Israeli F-16s and F-15s downed 82 enemy aircraft with 0 losses, thanks to the Viper's radar and beyond visual range missiles. Pakistani F-16s also notched kills against Soviet aircraft during the Afghan War, including a daring raid where one shot down an Su-25 with a Sidewinder. Its deadliness stems from versatility. It can switch roles mid-mission, catching enemies off guard. But how did it change warfare? The F-16 introduced the era of the affordable high-tech fighter, exported to over 25 countries, spreading U.S. influence and standardizing NATO air tactics. It pioneered digital avionics and helmet-mounted sights, making pilots more situational aware and shifting focus from raw power to smart systems. This jet forced adversaries to develop countermeasures like stealth and jamming, accelerating the arms race into the digital age. Without the F-16, modern air forces might still rely on specialized planes instead of multi-role wonders, and conflicts like Desert Storm might have dragged on longer without its precision strikes. At number 8, the McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. This twin-engine monster first flew in 1972 and was built purely for air superiority. No compromises for ground attack in its early models. What is it? Powered by two Pratt & Whitney F-100 engines, it hits Mach 2.5 and climbs like a rocket, with a thrust-to-weight ratio over 1.1. Its APG-63 radar can track multiple targets at 100 miles, and it's armed with Sparrow's sidewinders and a 20mm Vulcan cannon. Why so deadly? Boasting 105 air-to-air kills with 0 combat losses, the F-15 dominated in Israeli hands during the 1982 Lebanon War, and U.S. ops in the Gulf War, where it downed Iraqi MiGs left and right. One epic tale is from Operation Desert Storm. Captain Cesar Rodriguez in his F-15 bagged 3 kills, including a MiG-29, using radar-guided missiles before the enemy even saw him. Its perfect record comes from superior radar, speed, and pilot training. It's like a sniper in the sky. How did it change warfare? The F-15 ushered in beyond visual range, BVR combat, where fights end with missiles from afar, obsoleting classic dogfights. It set the standard for air dominance, influencing designs like the Su-27, and forcing enemies to invest in stealth to counter its radar. Without the Eagle, the U.S. might not have maintained air supremacy in the post-Vietnam era, and modern wars could still be decided by close-quarters chaos rather than tech-driven precision. Number 7. The Grumman F-14 Tomcat. Made famous by Top Gun, this carrier-based interceptor debuted in 1974 and was the Navy's top dog until 2006. What makes it tick? Variable sweep wings that adjust for speed, swept back for Mach 2+ dashes, forward for slow-speed dogfights, powered by 2 General Electric F-110 engines. It carried the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, which could hit targets 100 miles away, plus sidewinders and a 20mm gun. Why deadly? With 135 kills, mostly by Iranian pilots in the Iran-Iraq War, the Tomcat proved its mettle when Iran used it to shred Iraqi Mirages and MiGs. One story: Iranian ace Jalil Zandi downed 11 Iraqi planes, including F-4s, in his F-14. U.S. Tomcats added kills in Libya and the Gulf. Its radar could track 24 targets and fire on 6 simultaneously, insane for its time. How did it change warfare? The F-14 extended naval power projection, creating massive defensive bubbles around carriers with long-range missiles. It influenced fleet tactics, making carriers untouchable fortresses and pushing the shift to network-centric warfare. Without it, naval battles might still be vulnerable to air swarms, and modern jets like the F-A-18 wouldn't have inherited its multi-target tech. Coming in at number 6, the Dassault Mirage III, including variants like the V and Israeli Nesher. This French delta-wing beauty first flew in 1956 and became a global export hit. What is it? A single-engine, ATAR Aero 9C turbojet interceptor hitting Mach 2.2, with a tailless delta design for high speed and climb rates. Armed with 30mm cannons, Matra missiles, and later Shafrir heat seekers. Why deadly? Claiming 200-400 kills, mostly by Israeli pilots in the Six-Day War and Yom Kippur War, where Mirages obliterated Arab MiGs. In 1967, Israeli Mirages downed 48 Egyptian planes in hours using hit-and-run tactics. Argentine Mirages added Falklands kills. Its agility and transonic speeds made it a dogfight king. How did it change warfare? The Mirage III proved Western tech could dominate Soviet designs, boosting alliances and introducing delta wings for speed-focused combat. It shifted Middle East power dynamics, forcing the USSR to upgrade exports, and inspired export models like the JF-17. Without it, regional conflicts might have favored quantity over quality, delaying the precision era. Number 5. The Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-21. Nicknamed Fishbed by NATO. Entering service in 1959, this Soviet icon was produced in thousands. What is it? A lightweight Mach 2 fighter with a Tumansky turbojet, delta wings and armament like K-13 missiles and 23mm cannons. Simple, cheap, and fast. Why deadly? With 240-300 kills in Vietnam, Middle East, and Africa, MiG-21s ambushed U.S. Phantoms in Vietnam, achieving surprise kills despite tech disadvantages. North Vietnamese aces like Nguyen Van Cock downed 9 U.S. planes. Its numbers overwhelmed foes. How did it change warfare? The MiG-21 epitomized asymmetric air power, bogging down superpowers and leading to U.S. reforms like red flag exercises. It globalized jet tech for Third World air forces, influencing guerrilla tactics and accelerating missile development. Modern low-cost drones echo its philosophy. At number 4, the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II. This 1960s workhorse served everywhere from Vietnam to the Middle East. What is it? Twin J-79 engines for Mach 2.2 with radar, missiles, no gun initially, and massive payload. Why deadly? Over 306 kills, including U.S. Navy aces in Vietnam and Israeli successes in the Yom Kippur War. Randy Cunningham became the first U.S. ace since Korea in his F-4. Its versatility shone. How did it change warfare? The Phantom bridged fighter-bomber roles, introducing multi-role concepts that defined today's jets. It highlighted missile pitfalls leading to gun additions and spurred electronic warfare advances. Without it, Vietnam might have ended differently, and jets like the F-35 wouldn't exist. Number 3. The Messerschmitt Me-262, the world's first operational jet fighter from 1944. What is it? Twin Jumo 004 turbojets for 540 mpl, armed with 30mm cannons and rockets. Why deadly? 542 kills in Bubbledy's End, using speed to hit Allied bombers and escape. Pilots like Adolf Galland racked up multiples. How did it change warfare? The Me-262 ended the prop era, sparking the jet race and Cold War arms buildup. It introduced swept wings and axial flow engines, foundational to all modern jets. Air war transformed overnight. Number 2. The North American F-86 Sabre. Debuting in 1949, this Korean War hero was America's first swept-wing jet. What is it? GE J-47 engine for Mach 1 dives with 50 cal guns later upgraded. Why deadly? Over 792 kills against MiG-15s, with a 10.1 ratio. Aces like Joseph McConnell scored 16. How did it change warfare? The Sabre proved jets in sustained combat, leading to NATO standards and radar advancements. It countered communist expansion, shaping air doctrine for decades. And number 1, the Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-15. This 1949 Soviet jet shocked the world in Korea. What is it? Klimov VK-1 engine for Mach 0.92 heavy cannons. Why deadly? 106 claimed kills, outclassing early UN jets. Chinese and North Korean pilots ambushed B-29s. How did it change warfare? It escalated the jet arms race, proving Soviet tech rivalry and forcing U.S. innovations. High-altitude combat became norm, influencing everything from Vietnam to today. Phew, what a lineup. From the pioneering Me-262 to the kill machine MiG-15, these jets didn't just dominate the skies. They forced the evolution of warfare, from dogfights to drone swarms. If this got your engines revving, like the video, drop a comment with your top pick and subscribe for more military deep dives. Share this with a fellow aviation nut and tell me, which jet should we cover next? Thanks for watching. Catch you in the clouds.